All right, so shout out to one of my subscribers for sending me this story. Listen, I'm gonna break a couple of stuff down with this story, okay? See, the difference between black people, right, and law enforcement and other protected groups, which I'm going to talk about a little bit later. The difference is that when something happens to law enforcement, right? This is exactly what happens. Police union, okay? Which is an entity that protects, one of the entities actually that protects law enforcement. Police union donates money to the Sacramento district attorney, $13,000. More likely more than that since the recording of this video. Shortly after Stephon Clark was murdered. Okay. Now the difference between that is that when Stephon Clark in you can look at history, of course, brief history of the amount of unarmed black men, women, and children were killed by suspected race soldiers in this country. The difference is obviously law enforcement is a protected group, so therefore they will have and get on code and get funds together collectively to protect their group. Remember, keyword is group. On the flip side of that, the victim, right? The victim's family who was murdered, such as a Stephon Clark, right? They will start a crowdfunding campaign, GoFundMe, etc. And obviously ask for donations regarding funeral arrangements, other costs outside of that. But it's only protecting that individual person or said family, not the entire group of people classified as black or African American. That is the difference. The reason why we don't have that level of protection is because it's very simple. We are dead in the eyes of the law. We are what's known as civiliter mortius. All right. This is an old document I used to study back in the day for, Moorish Science Temple and stuff like that. And civiliter mortius, as you can see here, means civilly dead. Dead in the view of the law, the condition of one who has lost the civil rights and capacities and is accounted dead in the law. We have never been a protected status. We have never been a protected group because we're dead in the eyes of the law. The law was created by people classified as white that ruled, mistreated, subjugated, dominated people classified as non-white or black or African American. That's the reason why we don't have a protected status. See, let me tell you something. These are the people here that are a protected group, right? History of reparation payments. Japanese Americans from 1990, right, received $1.2 billion of reparations. Holocaust survivors, you see that? They received $25 million. The so-called Native Americans, of course. All right. So most of these groups are, so-called Native Americans, Japanese, Jewish, and even the Germans. The millions of Holocaust survivors, the German Jewish settlement. Okay. So, again, we are dead in the eyes of the law. These people here, these are the group of protected. This is a protected status group. This is a list of protected groups right here. And of course, law enforcement, ever since the year of 1789, which is the Judiciary Act of 1789, that was the year that law enforcement was created, and they were only created to catch and or kill slaves, black slaves. All right, we were never considered part of the law in order for in part of the law in terms of protection. We were considered subhuman. We still are considered subhuman. And that is the issue right there, family. Remember, I keep telling you guys, if you follow my channel for any significant amount of time, I keep telling y'all, man, the only code that black people follow is the Coon Code. And those are facts. The Coon Code is really the white supremacist code, because black people who are coons, they are using the rhetoric and the talking points of a white supremacist or a suspected white supremacist. So they're using these talking points that a white supremacist would normally say, but they will get their black counterparts to do it. So they're not deemed as quote unquote racist. That is the Coon Code that black people follow. And that's unfortunate, but those are facts. So when I saw this story, and again, shout out to one of my subscribers, you know, Sacramento DA received $13,000 from police unions shortly after Stephon Clark was killed. This shows you that, you know, we're never, ever going to get on this level because of the fact that collectively as a group, black people are not a protected group. We're not protected status. We're not considered human. We're dead in the eyes of the law. In order for that to change, again, the system that we live in, the system of justice that is so-called justice, needs to be replaced with the true system of justice. See, the system is working the way it should. Right? The system is working the way it should. You know, black people are considered subhuman, and therefore suspected race soldiers get away with murder, with point blank murder, and they're protected financially from police unions, etc., just to ensure that these officers are protected, because they're a protected group, right? So, again, family, we are dead in the eyes of the law. We are dead. We are civilitiae mortius, dead in the eyes of the law. And in order for that to change, this system that is working the way it should needs to be replaced with the true system of justice. And in order for that to happen, you know, black people collectively, we have to be on the same page. You know, we don't follow a code that's true to ourselves, that's beneficial for us. The only code that we follow is benefiting towards white supremacy, and that's the Coon Code. Right? So, again, family, you know, I saw this article. I was like, man, this, you know, this really confirms how powerful, you know, the law enforcement is in their protected status. And I remember I talked about a video, not a video, but I talked about, was it a Stephon Clark video? I don't remember what video it was, but I remember a comment from some random person saying that black women are considered minorities, but they are a part of a protected group. That is a damn lie. Flat out lie. Flat out lie. again, black people collectively, whether you are a black male, woman, child, we are dead in the eyes of the law. Look at Sandra Bland. Murdered in jail. Right? Murdered. And, you know, was there any kind of laws changed to protect the status of black women in that situation, or just to protect the status of black women, period? Not at all. Right? So again, family, we are dead in the eyes of the law. We are considered subhuman. We are 3/5 of a person. And until we replace this system with the true system of justice, it's always going to be that way. Point blank and simple. All right. So anyway, those are my quick thoughts about the story. I'll have the link in the description for this so you guys can check it out yourself. All right, family, until next time, make sure you follow me all my social media. It's all in the description. Instagram, Twitter is at The Black Separatist. All right. And also my backup channels, Black Junction TV and Black Spot TV as well. Until next time, family, Chauncey, a.k.a. The Black Separatist, signing out. Peace.